Hey guys, how are you? Welcome to my lessons, the keys to financial freedoms. This is lesson number 5. This lesson's about short-term goals and sourcing, how important it is to have sourcing. Okay, so basically, short-term goals is a better way to accomplish something that you want and faster and more efficiently. So you want to have short-term goals. You don't want to have these crazy long-term goals, because when you have short-term goals, you basically reward yourself faster, and in rewarding yourself faster because you're seeing benefits of accomplishment, you start producing better and faster, and everything you do gets a lot better. So that's why people try to do things fast, like like a diet or something like that. They want results fast because then they get satisfaction fast. So it's all about your mind, all about your mind and body connection, and having that great connection that'll give you what you want. And ultimately, the reason why you're doing your goals is to feel that feeling of accomplishment. That at the end of the road, you got what you wanted and you feel a lot better. So let's see here. So on the short-term goals, you want to have something realistic and attainable, and you want something that you're gonna get short-term, and you're gonna be able to do it. So I have, for example, my short-term goal right now. Let me just show you guys. Um, I am doing eBay right now. My weekly income is around $200 to $300 a week. In the last 30 days, I've made $1,655. So my goal right now is to bump that up to $2,000 if I can every 30 days. So at $2,000 every 30 days, I would be making $24,000 a year, which I would increase that. I would add that to my yearly income from my full-time job, which is like around 30 to 40,000. So we would be looking at like around almost 60 to $70,000 a year. So I have I have long-term goals and I have short-term goals. My short-term goal, well, I guess you can call it short-term. I don't know. Maybe some people would want to call it long-term. Basically, every year I try to do $10,000 to $20,000 more than I did the year before. I just started doing this in the last year. So my goal at work right now is actually, since I'm in a commission-based job, I I finished last year with like around 30,000, a little bit more. So this year I want to do 40,000, and then in my in my other goal I want to do 24,000 on my eBay store. So with the 24,000 plus the 50 for the plus the 40,000, I'll be looking at like $64,000. Okay, so that's my short-term goal for this right now. So let me see here. So let me see. Once you establish that goal, then you're going to be using that to guide you and kind of get you through the principle of what you're doing. So you got to put small term goals like that. I have a billboard right now. I have everything written down there on the goals. And on the billboard, I have how much I'm going to be, my estimate, kind of just dividing it. So my short term goal right now would be to add $400 to my month index. Instead of 1,600, I want to do 2,000. And once I add that, then I'll be reaching my short term goal. But of course, you have to have a short-term goal and an extended goal, because you don't want to settle for just the short-term goal. So my extended goal is to make $3,000 a month, and that would pretty much raise my net worth by the end of the year by a lot. So my extended goal is 3,000 a month. Right now, I'm reaching for 2,000, which is something short and attainable. And then once I, reach that amount, then I'm probably, I'll find something small to reward myself. You want to always reward yourself because you want to get that feeling of accomplishment. Because that's all it is. It's all psychological and stuff. I mean, if you can give yourself the feeling of accomplishment without giving yourself a reward, then it's definitely, you don't even need to do that. That's like higher level shit. But some people can do it. Now, the next thing we're going to talk about here is sourcing. Sourcing is basically where you get your merchandise from, how you get it, at what price you get it, and where's the best place to get it, of course. And you want to have different types of sourcing. You don't want to just put all your eggs in one basket. So what I'm saying is, you don't want to, if you're a reseller, you don't want to buy just from the same store. You want to kind of go to different stores, establish a routine, something that you do all the time, and you want to hit up different places at different times. And by doing that, you'll be kind of having a wider variety. So look at it like this: the wider variety of the things you have to sell, the easier it is for you to sell. For example, if you're just selling one type of thing, then the chances are you're only going to get one type of customer, you know. So if you're selling 1,000 types of things, then you're getting 1,000 different types of customers. You know, it's like common sense, but it's things that people don't really talk about that have to be addressed. You know, that you have to just think about it. You're just like, oh shit, I didn't even think of that. Same way with, you know, you have 100 items in your eBay store, and then there's a guy that has 1,000 items in your eBay store. Which one has more sales? It's pretty obvious, right? So you want to have quality, you want to have quantity, and you want to have variety. So quantity, quality, variety. Those three things are super important when sourcing. Um, you also want to have knowledge too, which knowledge is like super amazing. Like you know, I try to do maybe 2 to 3 hours of research every day on different stuff, on learning about economics, you know, learning about closing sales. I have tons of books that I buy. I try to go like every 3 days to Goodwill. I get books for $1 there, you know, soft covers, instead of because I was going to Barnes Noble just dishing out $20 to $30 for just one book. I'm just getting these secondhand books for $1, literally reading them and then flipping them. Like most of the books I get are worth like $5 to $10. I pay $1 for them, read them, get all the knowledge out of them, and then just sell them. There's no point in keeping them, you know. So I'm doing that. Then when I go to lunch, I listen to ebooks with my headphones. When I'm driving in my car, I've also been listening to audiobooks too. And I mean, I have this. I mean, I'm kind of like a scientist too, actually. So I do a study right now where I try to learn things while I'm unconscious, which is kind of bad because you're sleeping and you're trying to be like relaxed as possible. But sometimes I listen to an audiobook while I'm sleeping to try to see if I can retain the knowledge overnight. It's like a little experiment that I'm doing. I'm always making up fucking crazy ass experiments. So you just want to get as much knowledge as possible, because if you're a person selling, especially in sales, a lot more customers are going to come to you because you're more knowledgeable about the product and more knowledgeable about everything that you sell in general, and more knowledge about economics. And you also have the art of selling too. So your skills, you know, you want to go to war with all the arsenal and as many weapons as possible. You don't want to go to war with just one gun. You know, you rather have a tank, an army, a freaking helicopter, everything, thousands of people following. You know what I mean? You want to sharpen your tools, and you want to be as an efficient killer as possible, and you want to pretty much be the best out there, you know. So if you learn a lot and you constantly learning and learning and learning, next thing you know, you talk different, you're smarter, you're faster, you produce better. Everything you do, your physical changes. Like there's so many things that improve in your life that it's just dramatic, you know. So it's better to be as knowledgeable as possible. It's better for you to just learn as much as you can and just fill yourself with knowledge, because our brains, they nourish and they grow and they expand, you know, and you open new doorways. Like I have a whole theory about different compartments of the mind being locked away, and basically every time you do something different or learn something different or try something different, you become different and you change the way you are and you evolve, and it's a constant evolutionary process. I'm honestly gonna probably just do science videos too, like as like a little sub mini show where I'm gonna be talking more about that. But just knowledge is power, and it's really good for you to just read, learn, and you know, don't listen to people, man. If people are trying to bring you down and telling you stuff, oh, you know, you're weird, or like I don't know, like you think you know everything, you don't. Like, don't listen to those people, because there's always gonna be negative people, and if you can harness these negative people and use them to give you motivation, then go ahead and do it. Like, I want as many haters as possible, because the more haters I get, like the more power I'm gonna have, the more powerful I'm gonna feel, and all these things help you out as a person, you know. So don't let anybody ever bring you down. Just try your best at everything you do. Always try to be the best possible person you can be, and focus on that. All right, guys. I gotta go, so I'll be talking to you guys later. All right?